Okay, well, let's get back to Mr. Howe.
Yes, it's like he heads, he's the Deputy Prime Minister. You would think he would have just used his brains. He has no excuse for what he said. We were innocent in what we did.
He did apologise.
No, he did not apologise. He sent me a letter, a fax from Canberra. He was in Sydney, so he didn't sign that fax. He didn't apologise to me, and I don't want him to apologise to me.
Have you ever had a conversation with him?
No. Ever. Ever.
But he did you a service, because most people in Australia felt like I just said, how dare anyone presume to judge this woman, make those judgments on her. So in a way the tide turned, did it?
Yes, it did. The letters poured in. Most of them just absolutely slamming Mr. Howe. And that was really my point of return. Up until then it was very, very hard to live for all of us. Perhaps my husband was looking at me and saying, you got us into this dreadful mess. And I did.
Did he ever say that to you?
No, he hasn't said it. But sometimes you don't really quite know what your husband is thinking deep down.
Well, Australian men aren't too good at articulating their feelings, are they?
No, and I think they should. I think men should voice their opinions, tell you. You can't solve a problem when it's bottled up inside you. And this is perhaps where a lot of marriages go by the wayside. We should discuss things more.
Was your marriage in danger of splitting up over this?
We weren't married until June of last year.
Well, your relationship?
It's very strained, yes. No one likes to be slammed. No one likes to be ridiculed. And I think the journalism in Australia leaves a lot to be desired. Because you can't write a story on a person if you have not met that person.
Why did they take against you from the beginning? Why didn't they stick up for you?
I don't know. I don't know.
Do you ask yourself that question still?
Yes,
what went so badly wrong?
Don't know. Why did they just put me out there? Why didn't they just kick us all? It would have been easier than just... There's nothing worse than every day you read a newspaper and they've just got a little caption, bourbon in hand. When you're at a function, there's only champagne. Why put that caption there? Do they want to hurt people? Are they there to hurt? They should be screened. They're not journalists, they're liars.
Has your family been permanently damaged by this?
I think we'll overcome it. If we're given enough time, I think we'll all come right.
Do you need professional help?
No, I don't think I need professional help. I need support. I need the support that I've received in the last 6 months.
Really?
Yes.
Lots of nice letters?
Yep.
Flowers?
And the flowers. Yes, the people that cared. The people that will at least give me the benefit of reading my book and saying, that's what she's been saying all this time. She said they did this to her, and they did. And you ask my children, you ask my husband, we all say the same thing.
What have you learnt from this experience?
That God and I probably will get on side with one another in the next few months.
Do you think he's teaching you a lesson? Do you think it's sort of like, you know, you only ever learn from rotten things that happen to you, you never learn from the good things?
If I was to learn a lesson, I've learnt a powerful lesson, and one is the media. They are kinder to me now than what they were 12 months ago.
Have they turned?
Yes, a lot of them are turning. You get the odd little one. I did have a very bad experience with one young girl. She just always wrote something very bad on page 13. If she couldn't fill up the paper, I'm sure she just wrote something about Noeline Donaher.
Made it up?
Yep. She rang me one day to do an interview. And I said to her, you know, my goodness me, how would I ever do an interview with you? Have you got a mother? She said, yes, she's very sick at the moment. I said, well, no wonder, with a daughter like you, because you've got to report. If you're going to tell someone a story, tell them the true story.
So you see yourself, you know what just flashed through my mind was Lindy Chamberlain.
They did the same to her too.
Did it ever occur to you that you were a victim in the same, because in
Yes.
the end they came full circle, then they were guilty, they were sorry that they, I mean, even though in the end she was proved innocent.
But the only thing I didn't do is go to jail.
But you felt as if you were in jail.
Yes.
Were you trapped inside your house?
Yes.
Where, I mean, can you go out now?
It's a little easier in the last couple of weeks. We went to the football last Sunday.
What,
we went to
locally?
Wollongong.
Wollongong. Well, that's not local, is it?
To watch Eastern Suburbs. And no, there's no privacy. There's no, I suppose, we're easy to recognise. No, there's very little. Perhaps going out for dinner during the week is easier than going out on a Friday or a Saturday night. Our friends are very supportive. Our neighbours are very supportive and quite protective of us. You can't go out of the back of the house because of the boats, and you can't go out the front of the house because of the cars. And no, but that will all come to an end, you see.
Do you want to sell up?
Yes. A home that we only had 5 years to enjoy through a silly mistake. Yes, we will sell.
So a lot of people really want to know how to treat the media if they get, by whatever reasons, thrust into the public spotlight. Do you go with them, or do you cut yourself off, refuse to speak to them? I mean, you've clearly tried both. Now you've decided, right, I'm going to use the media to tell my story.
That's right.
They've used me. I'm now going to say, now listen to me.
That's right. And I'm going to stay out here as long as it's going to take me for everyone to understand. Never, ever think you're doing a great thing by doing a documentary series which turns your life around. I'm going to stay out here until everyone understands what the media can do to you. Stop them. Do everything in my power to do it right.
You say that you've written this book to tell the true story. What is there really in terms of the book that you think still, even at the end of this interview, still hasn't come through?
My interview with Mr. Paul Watson. To thank him very much for the hardship he has put us through. How mean, what a cruel, cruel thing to do to human beings.
When does it go on air?
14th of May.
So you still have the British reaction?
Yes.
Will you go to Britain?
Yes.
Because they're pretty keen on soap operas over there, aren't they? And yours is really classified.
I would classify it as a soap opera.
The way in which they've edited it?
Yes.
What sort of reaction do you expect from the British?
From the incredible, vast interest now, and we're a month away, a month and a half away.
Journalists have actually flown over to talk to you already?
Yes, and faxes come through every day, all day, from England. I honestly believe if there's any justice to this, if I could have one wish, they're going to love the show, and it might put a little bit of egg on the Aussies' faces for all the blasting that they've given us, and myself. They might just love it. I hope they do. It might just keep turning everything around, and then we can all go back to our little spots and go on with our lives.
So what is it you want most in the world now?
Peace and quiet.
To be left alone?
Not so much to be left alone. It's just to restore ourselves and rekindle what we always had. Put it back there and, you know, just get on with our lives, get on with our business, which the media has virtually wrecked that too.
Are you learning to like yourself again?
No, I haven't had that. I haven't liked myself since the 21st of July last year, at all.
But you believe that you will, eventually. It's important to you?
Yes, it was. I rather liked myself before this all happened. I got on with myself. It's a very... had I been 19, I probably would have brushed off and sort of said, oh, well, go to heck. But, you know, I'm halfway through my life. I'm a grandmother. I have a responsibility in my life now, and I was sort of... I don't know. I guess one day when it's all gone away.
I hope that that's the case.
I hope so too.
Thank you so much for talking to us tonight.
Thank you.